Okay, so all right. Okay. Okay. That's okay. So I guess let's go to the next page. All right. Smuggler's Gate. Lord be unlucky. Okay, so this is basically going to be like a threesome, and they're going to be at different orders. Looking at the back page, because they're all looking at the back page too. That kind of makes things kind of quicker. Um, and this is a way that I can conserve how many branches I do. Basically, you just do them in one of the orders later on. You'll be able to pick the book in any order you want, the books in any order you want, and then putting them together yourself, kind of so to speak. Okay, so Roland uh, decided to look. Wait, let's go back to Smuggler's Gate here. Frequently, a bit of trivia was right inside the margins or on the or in the back covers of books you didn't own. Okay, leave it like that, and then Roland decided it might be quicker if he started with the covers first, and decided to start with back covers before looking anywhere else. Um, he opened the tale of Ulrich the Unlucky and saw a couple of lines of a poem which read, "Torch lights the way to open the gate, fallen in order to unseal your fate." Next, he opened opportunity the seven Dwarven patriarchs. Patriarchs. The back cover and read these Firstly involves pigs, goats, and bears, and all things being equal, like the sides of all squares. Let's see some here. I think I want like the sides of all squares, not like all sides of all squares. I think copy. So I'm reading these lines from the opportunity book. This line should say this line. I think it sounds better to say like the sides of all squares. I'm not sure why I put all twice, but it was on purpose, not a mistake. Maybe it was to sound more riddle-like or something. Both work. They do slightly different job, like all sides of all squares. Extra alls make it sound more riddle chant, sucious. Stresses universality, not one square, any square, every side. Slightly heavier, more sing-song for oral memory. All things being equal, like all sides of all squares. Luckily on purpose for riddle voice, not a typo. What dropping one all does, like the sides of all squares. Cleaner, more natural English clearly points at 4, a bit less prophecy pamphlet, more normal prose, like the sides of all squares. Keeps the one universal all. All squares have the same count without the stacked all. If of the longer line, all things, all sides, all squares. If the line sits in the margin due to a riddle poem, the double all earns its keep. If it feels sticky when you read it aloud, now prefer keep all things being equal, equality square, and one all squares, and lose the clumsiest repeat. Otherwise, either form still this is voice only. Okay. See, I'm wondering if I should just change it. I might change it. Um, copy. So, squares. All squares are equal. There's 4. So all squares have 4 sides, right? And red translates the way to open the gate, all in good order to unseal your fate. Next, you open opportunity, the back cover, and read these lines. Now, um, I'm putting it in quotes because the in comma, the in punctuation is the way it's written in the book. It's kind of on purpose, right? And basically, the proper order is indicated by the actual lines. It's not really even hard to figure out. It firstly involves pigs, goats, and bears. Then all things being equal, like the size of all squares. So this is the first line, right? Um, Next, elbows and knees that bend at the joint, and finally the summit on a sharp single point. And lastly, the summit. I might do lastly on that too. Okay. Copy. Um, last book he checked the back cover for What's Over Warhammer's Tales of Jordan Diplomacy. What's Over Warhammer's will shorten that. Hammers. And notices these lines. And even the lowercase n is part of one thing, right? Right? Hit 1 to continue. So you basically start with any one of these, and it shows you all 3 of them. But hit 0 to quit. But it just does them in a different order each time. So and specifically the back covers before looking elsewhere. That. So for Warhammers. Okay. Let's go ahead and copy this. Now, we're going to go with mining opportunities first. Okay. Oh. So mining opportunities, Ulrich, then What's Over Warhammers. Okay. Last book he checks. Okay, let me go back and reread this first. Roland decided it might be quicker if he started with the covers first. Covers first, specifically the back covers before looking elsewhere. He opened the Tale of Ulrich the Unlucky and saw a couple of lines of poem with tread. Torch us the way to open the gate, all in good order to unseal your fate. Next, he opened Opportunity in the Seven Dwarven Patriarchs to the back cover. To its back cover. We'll say its. And read these lines. It firstly involves pigs, goats, and bears, then all things being equal, like the size of all squares. Okay. The last book he checked comma, Wits Warhammers, he noticed. In the last book, in the last book he checked, which were Warhammers, he noticed these lines. Next, elbows and knees that bend at the joint, and finally the summit on a sharp single point. Okay. Now, we're gonna take this over here, and then we're gonna do the order. Okay. Now, uh, he opened. Delete. Opportunities org. Org is down here. He opened. X. Okay. Well, he opened opportunity and the seven dwarven patriarchs to its back cover and read these lines. It firstly involves pigs, goats, and bears. And next, he opened the tell or feeling lucky and saw a couple lines with one which read torchlights the way to open the gate. All in good over to your fate. In the last book, he checked wits over warhammers. In the last book, we can wits over warhammers. He noticed these lines. Next, elbows and knees at bend of the joint. Okay. And then this one is wits opportunity and alert. Wits opportunity and alert. So it's completely backwards. Okay. We'll see. Control tab. It's over Warhammer. Control X. He opened it's Warhammers and noticed these lines. Control X. Okay, so let me read this here. Roll inside, it might be quicker if you start with the covers first, specifically the back covers before looking elsewhere. He opened Wits Over Warhammers and noticed these lines, next elbows and knees that bend at the joint, and finally someone on the sharp single point. Then I'll go ahead and say then on this one. Then he opened Opportunity in the Seven Dwarf Patriarchs to its back cover and read these lines. It firstly involves pigs, goats, and bears, and all things being equal, it's the sides of all squares. In the last book, he checked the tale of Ulrich the last book, comma, tell work the unlucky he saw these lines. These lines. I can say which he saw these lines. Just the open a gate, all I'm gonna order down seal of your fate. Okay. So so that works. Shift tab. Nope. Tab. So Warhammers. So Warhammers, opportunities, orc. We'll decide to be quicker if you started with the covers first, specifically the back covers, before looking elsewhere. You open opportunity in the Seven Dwarf and Patriarchs to its back cover and read these lines. It firstly involves big on the bears, amount of things being equal to the size of lost bears. Next, he opened the tell of Orc the Unlucky and saw a couple lines of a boy with tread towards us the way to open the gate, all good order until your fate. In the last book, which over Warhammers, he noticed these lines. Next up was the knees that bend at the joint, and finally the summit on a sharp single point. Awesome. Okay. Look at the pages of Oric the Unlucky finding opportunities, and I can leave the name, that's fine. Any these and let's over Warhammers to see if anything is off. I wanted to look. I did my visual check, and it looks right. But I just wanted to make sure that it does a second look. They're out of order. It's on purpose. Brief check process. No. Same riddle text on all three. New titles used. Opportunity. Your square line is consistently the size of all squares, not double all. Offer order differs by page, which they hit choose. Correct for branching. Off worth fixing if you pass again. Shared opener typo. Decided to my yeah, okay. Decided decided might be quicker. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. And these are just typos though, honestly. Find a potential shorthand. Just gonna be slowly uneven. Um, Seven patriarchs. What's over Warhammers? We're going to do that. Seven Dwarf Patriarchs, Orc the Unlucky, and Warhammers, dot, tab, Warhammers, and Orc the Unlucky, dot. Commas, original had all in good order, comma. To unseal. Ugh. Pros often admit to that comma, tiny. Commas, all in good order. That's because I typed that in. So whoever is fine if narrative is true that you're not renaming files. Verdict. Okay, fixed those little typos. Yes, that comma is necessary. I just hand typed that line in rather than copy paste like I did the other two. The exact punctuation is important, which is why I put them in quotes. Okay, that should be fine. Now, the secret entrance. Roland takes the left passage past the library until the hallway ends. He doesn't see any entrance, but knows four sconces on the wall beside him. He remembers each set of rhyming lines. It figures 4 lines, 4 sconces. He also notes that one of them says it firstly involves, and the other one remembers says finally at the end. Can't be that easy. Maybe I should reverse them. Okay, that isn't going to be hard. Not going to take very long. Makes sense. If Roland is reading quoted margin text, matching punctuation matters for later recall pages. For you're not second guessing what's official. Quick glance, all three skims now share the same torch line with the comma, all in good order to unseal your fate, and that matches right wrong order to opener and its look fix as well. Good call putting the poems in quotes and keeping them identical across branches. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this next page, okay, which is the secret entrance. Roland left the library and headed right and walked around around the building until he was traveling down uh, the left passage. when the passage ended, he didn't see any entrance, which is what he expected since it's supposed to be a secret entrance. Remembering each set of rhyming lines. Okay. What he did see was 4 sconces on the wall with torches, all on the same side, facing on the left wall. And nothing on the right. And what do we say? The torch is the way. Torchlight's the way. Since one of the lines included the word torchlight, he decided it had to have something to do with the wall sconces. He decided it had to have something to do with the wall sconces. Um, so 4 torches, and so we have 4 lines of the poem. So if we take away the 2 lines and paste the torch light, then we have 4 lines remaining, and that must be for each sconce. Roland started messing with the torches and found he could pull them down a bit. After pulling all four down, they snapped back to the up position, resetting the puzzle. Uh, let's see. Okay, so how would he determine this, right? Uh, there's an order. There's four. So there seems to be an order to for the four remaining lines. Back. Um, it already says all in good order. Okay. All in good order means there's an order to the four remaining lines. We have firstly, firstly, then next, and finally. Firstly, then next, and finally. So that must be the order of the lines. And it can't be that easy. Apparently, these lines indicate numbers. And that must be the order of the lines. And they seem to indicate numbers. It can't be that easy. Maybe I should reverse the order. Maybe I should pull on them in reverse here. Okay, now if you want on these the order indicated. Okay, that's good. Everything's good. Okay. The wrong order. Okay. Because of the way I put the other page, I have to do this the odd lines out, etc. and so forth. Uh, the wrong order. Can't be this easy. Maybe I should reverse them. Okay, so that indicated this does it differently. Nothing happens. It was just easy. Okay. And then the right order, 3, 4, 2, 1. Pigs, goats, and bears. Uh, let's see. It's pigs, goats, and bears. That would be the 3 little pigs. 3 the goats, gruff, and and 3 bears. Really, goats, gruff is 3 of. Okay. So I make sure that I'm sure. So that would be 3. Okay. Goats and bears, 3 bears, 3 pigs, 3 billy goats, being equal, then all things were. Um, squares. I know I wrote down the thing in here. Wrestling balls, pigs, goats, and bears. And all things being equal, the size of all squares. Okay. 3. Sides of all squares would be 4 sides to a square. 4. Elbows and knees. Elbows and knees, which I have 2 of. So that would be 2. Single sharp point. Single sharp point. Single sharp point would be 1. Summit. Single sharp point would be only 1 summit. So 1. I guess if I do this in reverse, then it's 2, 2, 1, 3, 4. Going and nothing happened. but they snapped back into the position, apparently in the wrong order. He then pulled them in this order, our dear order. Then pull them in this order. 3, 4, 2, 2. He heard a rumbling and some dust fell from the ceiling. Do I want a double door? Do I want a single door? A door opened into the rock on the right wall. And went inside. And to continue, 0 to quit. Okay. Okay. So now we do the right order. We do the same thing here. Control C. Door slides open. This doesn't. It just opens. Okay. Control C. So that should be say 1 to himself. In that order. He then pull in that order. He then heard a rumbling dust fell from the ceiling. Had some dust. They're open. Right wall. Side. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Let's grab this class account. Okay. Read wrong order and right order as I look at final page to see what you can do there. And actually, there's much to do here, so. There are a few torches lining the passageway within, and Roland let's not do that. Looking down the dark passage, he realized he may want a torch with him, and pulled one off of one of the sconces. The 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 torch holders remained in their set, their down position, as Roland headed off down the passage. It wound around a couple of times, but eventually, after what seemed like hours, he ended up in a small grotto, apparently secluded from the rest of the thing, so at least he wouldn't get any surprises. I want to continue. Yeah, okay. Discipline and read it both. Same solve logic, then he reverses this. Shared find fairy tale threes. Door open the same way on both. Past can be one shared page. Hit to continue. Matches the original. Good. Not a full reverse. It's swapping the two couplets. Yes, yes, which matches Secret End. Just reverse the two sets. Secret Ends are both headed right into the left passage. A bit easy to misread. Works if he loops to the library building. Neither page mentions short sight again at the door. Your engines already did that job. Smuggler's Pass. Uh, so he said the one is easy to misread. He's going north to exit the double doors entrance to the library. The path on the left side of the library is to his right as he exits the front doors. So he has to go around the side of the building, essentially doing a U-turn from the front doors to the left-hand passage. Yes, that U-turn logic holds inside the library. History, smugglers, left passage as you go south. Exiting the front double doors, you've turned around the building's left flank. That same southbound left-hand passage is now. So out the doors, right along the front, around the corner, you're on the left-hand passage. So headed right until he was traveling down the left passage isn't a contradiction. It's exit facing versus path name. Half clause like around the front of the library would make the U-turn obvious to anyone else. Okay, so let's the Minds of Sadness. In the Minds of Sadness. Okay, over here, secret entrance. So this line how would I word it to make it less ambiguous? Left library. Headed right around building. Something that shorten the turn, then name the passage. Rolling left the library, headed right around the building, and soon was traveling down the left-hand passage. To the front doors, turned right around the building and entered the left passage that ran south. Exit the library and went right around the outside until he reached the left-hand passage. This it beat or after. Stops right and left from fighting in one breath. Roland left the library and headed right around the building until he was in the left passage. I'll look at secret entrance. Reach better. See what it says. What it says. What it says. Doom, 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 boom, 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 boom. Yes, reads better. Still does its job. Okay. tab. Check out pass. Well, in there, below no select onto people, make sure. Okay, this is going to be hard for me to do. Roland walked out of the grotto around a low wall of rock until he was in the open and could see lines stretched on for. I don't know if it stretches on for a mile. It doesn't stretch on for a mile, does it? Thousands of feet. Hundreds, maybe thousands of feet. Half a mile. Hundreds feet. There were all kinds of people and creatures, either a rock or taking a raw or various mine parts to smelting. This bottom floor seems to be the mine proper. And then there are various tables set up for crushing and what looks like a giant vat. Giant vat. About for where most of the work takes place. Oh. There were tables with crushers and one really large machine in the center with a giant operating it. Close procedure on closer inspection, the giant seemed to be rotating something around the giant bat. Ron couldn't tell who the giant was, but he had hopes. Eventually got to the giant machine. Excuse me. Said Rowan. The giant didn't appear to hear him. Excuse me, sir. He yelled. The giant stopped and looked down. And bent over slightly. Yes? Asked the giant. You have a son. I do. Is his mother a dwarf? That's a very excellent question. Ain't it? It's very important. To me. See, my mother's a dwarf, but you can tell I'm not as small as they are. As they are. Rolla? Is that you, son? That's the giant. Yes, it's me. Mother is gone, and she find you. That loved one another. I'm glad I found you. The dwarves had me out of the mines. There's nowhere to go. And since mother passed, she told me to go find you. But I wasn't very successful. Well, you're successful now. Yes, no. That's because Burley had stumbled out just as I was going to beg to be but back in. He told me you were here. Bye. Max and his, I don't know. He owns all of this, you know? Son, I'm going to need you to go find halfway Harold. He's a wizard. Wearing blue robes. Big pointy hat. You see all these people here? Yes, Father. Um, these are all the tourists and citizens Max has conducted to work with mines here. He's building something huge. Needs massive amounts of quicksilver to do it. You think you can find him and think you can find halfway and he needs to go talk halfway. How things are. You might find him Scar Fair Chicken. Where is it in? Scar Fair Chicken. And Don Alley. Alright, but I don't want to be here. Okay, son. And halfway here is about this bill or what to do. You realize your mom named you after your mother named you after me. My name is Roland Senior. Pleased to meet you, Roland Junior. Wow. Nice to meet you, sir. I don't know. I don't know if that's too long, but all right. I'll go and find him. Sit tight, and with that, Roland left the way he came. Okay. And hit 1 to continue. 1 to continue. Hit 0 to quit. Now, I'm hoping that I didn't take too long, or I didn't, hoping it's not too long. This. Set on my one. Now, it does that stupid sliding thing. I want it to page down one when it page down one. One. Oh, 1, 2. Okay, it's 2. Okay. A little long, but that's okay. All right, now a full picture. One headed toward there. And then to row where chicken. When he entered, there were a few people at what do you call that? Um, at some tables and another in line to order. When talked to one of the people in line. Do you know who Way is? To man that was standing in line. You know who Fragile is? He shook his head no. He then asked a woman. This I know who he is. Looking for him. Yes, it's most urgent. looked around for a moment. I don't see him here. Wait. See that man in the cape? It's back here. When I would ask him, he knows where. Thank you. Ma'am. He walks over to the table. The count over. You know, right? But of course, I am on the count. That's the free hotel. And that's the free motel. As the count. Capitalize the count. Okay, 3:25. It's almost time for me to go now. Hang out and back. Best friends. I have kids. You can tell me and I'll see. Sorry, I can only deliver information. Very well, then follow me. We count a puff of smoke, then turn good. When he saw Roland looking at him funny, he added, yes, I can turn into a bat. So if you want to find halfway, you must follow me. Roland shrugged and then followed him out. And they got back to the hotel. Roland relayed the information to everyone involved. Is he there? And that's when I came to find you. It said go on to halfway. It's a thing you did have to make plans. By the way, this here is John Thomas of Cerulia, and to my left is Karen of the Count. You already met, and me, you know. Halfway, then turned to everyone else. So this is the only gate. And now we know why Max is back. I thought we had stopped, but Max is a crafty dude. Did you know he was banished for this very thing? Well, not specifically this. Back then, he wanted to do it when this machine here is a different beast altogether. Now here's what we'll do. They continued to converse well into the evening about the plans they had to make. Okay, let's do one thing here. That's all right. So take a quick look over Smuggler's past, the Mines of Sadness, and full picture. And although I didn't get as much as I wanted done, I actually got quite a bit done. So it isn't just a few. I think now we're down. I think now we got like 100 left or something. I'll have to look and see exactly. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about this. It doesn't matter, I guess, because nobody's watching. But I completely forgot about taking the thing off of the thing. Wait, does that mean am I? I am talking though. You can hear me. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. All right. Smuggler's Blues. Okay, Twitch. on? Nickelodeon. Nick. Quick look. Still short torch. Still short torch. Winding tunnel, inclusively grotto beat fine bridge in the mines. Works grotto open pit crushes giant on the bat. Father reveal burly callback. Max abductions QS to signal into halfway. Leave the way he came. Roll and walk. Roll and walk. Okay, let's go to the Mines of Sadness. Out of the grotto around the wall of rock. So he was in the open and could see the mine. And could see the mine. All kinds of people and creatures, either big, camp the rock, or dialogue missing, closing quote after I loved your mother. Too bad I loved your mother. Okay. Halfway here's wait. Oh, that must be in here. Here's about this. Pleased to meet. Please. Pleased to meet. Please. I'll go and find him tight. I had dad chained. Let's see. As he closer, one could tell he chained the machine. He's chained to the machine. By a neck brace so he could freely walk around the giant vat. Okay. Motion beat, mom gone. Full picture works. Fair SFC, ask around, motel, Pulling reports, intros. Watch. Do you know who Halfway Herald is? Extra period. Okay. See that man in the cape? See that man in the cape? Uh, see that man? See that man in the cape? Count's path is a bit abrupt. Follow me. They will. Yeah, and a puff of smoke. Turn it. Too bad, Exzel. Follow them out. This is fine to me. Princess Papers Omnigate review. Pros is halfway. Already holding this is the Omnigate. Fine with the papers on the table. Okay. This is the Omnigate. Blueprints provided by very beautiful Princess Karen of Prudence. He gestured over the plans draped for central for a table in the lobby. Lobby. Okay. Okay, check them again. I think I addressed everything. Okie dokie, Fanuki. Okie dokie, okie dokie. I'll talk Enchanted. Was only eight. Very good question, ain't it? And full picture. Ewoks could be walked. He walked. Table. Let's count looked him over. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, since this is narrative prose, everything should be in past tense. I try to catch it, but since I spent so long on the event past, I naturally want to put it into third person. No, first person. First person. Into present tense. Okay. That slip is common when the room stubs are present tense. A quick habit that helps after a draft: search the page for walks, looks, says, goes, finds, pulls, present, and flip survivors to walk, looked. Okay. You're already catching most of it. He walks on the full picture is just one that got through. Okay. Looks like I'm good here, and I guess tomorrow I start on chapter 12, I think. Smuggler's Blues. Looks that way. Chapters 11, solid shape. Thank you. Okay. All right, so let me do my little recording. Start recording. Today is Wednesday, August 19th, 2026, and today I only got one page done in the first session, and I got I don't know, 8 or 9 pages done in the second session, I think. And we're actually gonna check that right now. So I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got a total of 10 pages done today, which is good. 5 for each session is kind of the normal. And that also means that, what are we looking at? 245, 247. Now, if I want to make that even to 248, so it looks like I'm at 100, I might as well do chapter 12, or, the page, the next page, Gnome Kingdom page text. So just so I can say, you know what, now I only have 100 left. Control C, Control V, Control S, Tab. We'll call this done. So now we got 248, and I got 100 pages left. Okay, good. So that's done with. Uh, and I guess I'm not showing. I mean, I could show text here. There's a lot of text to read. I'm not gonna read that in the recording. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for watching part 2, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow, later tonight, if I do a session tonight, which I may or may not do. If I do, we'll get started on chapter 12. So hopefully that's not too, that doesn't take too long. 12. And then chapter 13, Terror in the Skies. Ooh. Now, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 6 chapters left. Okay. Oh, you couldn't see that. I'm sorry. 6 chapters left anyways. So, yeah. So thanks, everybody. Get the Twitch it.